If you had been watching our stuff, we were at the Super Bowl, lead up to the Super Bowl Radio Row. We went to media night. I dressed up as a shark. It was really stupid, but we had a lot of fun, got some great interviews. One of the things that occurred was Alex Smith being traded for Kendall Fuller and a round 3 pick. I love how on Radio Row, Alex Smith and Kirk Cousins respectively made the rounds. And as we were trying to get interviews with them tonight, they were asked, hey, so how do you feel going forward, with the Chiefs, Alex? Oh, it's going to be great, one step at a time. And then it's like, oh, yeah, none of that is even really usable anymore. So with this trade going down, we now open up the floodgates for what could potentially happen with Kirk Cousins. There are a bevy of teams that could use his services. And those teams, in my opinion, the New York Jets, because my God, from what I heard speaking to people there, they're like, Christian Hackenberg is one of the worst quarterbacks in the National Football League. No idea why they have Bryce Petty. And it's fairly obvious why they use the Fitzpatricks, the McCowns, and many others. It's because both of those quarterbacks, not great, not starting caliber. And one of the NFL, I'll just say personnel people that I spoke with was telling me that the reason that Hackenberg is solid, or rather was drafted in a solid position, was because of Bill O'Brien. Once again, serving truth bombs, why Bill O'Brien is a good head coach. And if the Texans were to get rid of him, he would get snatched up immediately. So the New York Jets are in there. If the Jacksonville Jaguars are like, look, we like Blake Bortles and he was good, but we have a great defense. All we are is a quarterback away. They could sign Kirk Cousins. The Denver Broncos are also in there. However, if the Broncos want to be the Patriots' kryptonite, you could also go after a fellow free agent quarterback by the name of Eli Manning. Of course, if he were to leave. I'll get to a few other free agent quarterbacks as well. So you got the Jets, you got Denver. How about the Cleveland Browns? They're picking number 1 and number 4 overall. We don't know what Joe Thomas is going to do. He could retire because of an injury. He could stay. They had one of the best offensive lines. They just have nobody throwing the football that is a competent thrower. There are a few others. I mentioned the Jaguars. I mentioned the Broncos. The Giants could be in there. The Minnesota Vikings could be in there because not 1, not 2, but all 3 quarterbacks on the roster are hitting free agency. That's right. Case Keenum, Sam Bradford, and Teddy Bridgewater. So with those teams, which one could possibly go after Kirk Cousins? If I am Kirk, I am waiting as long as possible because the free agent market that I already kind of hinted at is you're already at the top. So you are the cash cow. You have Eli Manning. You have all 3 Vikings quarterbacks as well. I'm trying to remember the other ones that are there, but there's really not much. Tyrod Taylor is the last one that I was blanking on. The Buffalo Bills could be in the mix. So if you're Kirk Cousins, where do you go? Denver is certainly up there. If Minnesota says, yeah, we don't believe in any of these guys, all we need is someone to protect the football, even though Kirk Cousins hasn't done that greatly, I would go to Minnesota. You have a defense that is top 3 in the league. You have the weapons. Oh, and by the way, you're getting Dalvin Cook back from an injury, and he's going to be fully healthy as your running back. And as we know, check down Kirk Cousins loves going to the running backs. That would be really nice, especially if they do keep Latavius Murray, because you never know what's going to happen in NFL circles. You got Adam Thielen, Kyle Rudolph, Stephon Diggs as your go guy down the sidelines. It seems like Minnesota is a win-win. The question is, how much money do they give him? And how much does that eat up with their salary? Here's the very last part. And I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comments section on where you think Kirk Cousins could potentially go. How do you view his tenure with Washington? He's been there for 6 years, was there for 6 years. In the 3 years that he was a starter, he's like top 5 in touchdowns, and he's up there in passing yards, but it's a little jaded because as the league has evolved, it's now become a passing league. You're seeing guys throw the ball somewhere from 35 to 55 times a game. So the yards are going to add up, especially when you're losing and you need to throw in order to get back into the game. But considering that he got tagged, franchise tagged in back-to-back years, why didn't Washington just make the move right then and there to say, yeah, this isn't worth it? Did they get Alex Smith? Sure. Which one would you rather have? Probably Kirk Cousins at this point, because you know what Alex Smith is. So how do you view his tenure? Thoughts? Comment section below. Subscribe to 2YT Sports.